Good morning, everyone. This is Stacy Portugal from stacyportugal.com coming at you with another mini weight loss coaching session on Facebook Live. So today I wanted to talk about why it's important to know if there's too much sugar in your diet. We hear about this a lot, and people are not always convinced that it's actually something that could be affecting them. And some of these signs are really subtle, but could really have a big impact on your well-being, your health. So the first thing I wanted just to cover the obvious, which is more serious consequences of sugar overload. Maybe health issues like type 2 diabetes, maybe you've had cardiac issues, stroke, things like that, cancer even. All these things can be a sign that there's too much sugar in your diet. But the other less obvious things is first off, frustration with losing weight. So you notice that you get up every morning and you're all ready to start your healthy eating plan, and by the evening, you have failed. And you can't really understand why other people can stick to a plan, but you can't. So frustration with losing weight could be a sign that there is too much sugar in your diet. Another thing might be more mysterious things that we don't really think about and may not even equate to the amount of sugar in our diet. The first thing is maybe you have some mysterious markers in your blood work, such as high triglycerides. A lot of people don't know that type 2 diabetes is an end result, but there are many markers that come prior to that diagnosis. And one of the things you might notice is that you have high triglycerides. This is absolutely a sign that you might have too much sugar in your diet. The next thing is maybe you're just having trouble focusing. You kind of feel like, gee, I might have adult ADD or ADHD, can't sit still, I've got brain fog, or maybe at a certain time of the day, you are craving something sweet and you need a nap. That's a sign there is just too much sugar in your diet. Another sign that there's too much sugar in your diet is your hormones. Are your hormones in balance? A lot of women are struggling with a whole lot of hormonal symptoms, including mood swings, excessive night sweats, hot flashes. If this is the case, it could definitely be a symptom that there is too much sugar in your diet. Things that we don't equate with other aspects of our health, like our mood, like our overall hormonal system, like little things in our blood work, little markers that maybe a doctor is pointing out to you, but not really explaining the full picture. Maybe not being able to focus, having brain fog. Some other things you might be noticing is adult acne. And I hear this from a lot of women. Adult acne, strange rashes. These are all signs of a possible problem with something that you're eating. And many times sugar and processed food is that culprit. Even, extreme hunger. If you feel like you're never satisfied, you can never get full, you're sort of insatiable, this is also a sign that there is too much sugar in your diet. So we know that perhaps you've got the best of intentions, you're eating low-fat, non-fat products. And so could this be you? Absolutely. The concept of non-fat, sugar-free products are, when it is a non-fat product, it's going to be higher in sugar. When it's a sugar-free product, it's going to be higher in fat. The job of processed food manufacturers is to make their food taste good. So they use sugar, fat, and sodium in there, and you may not even suspect, and you may have the best of intentions, and it's not your fault. there might be some sneaky sources of sugar. You may not even realize how much sugar is in your diet. So, given all of these reasons that this may be important for you, what is a sign that you might have too much sugar in your diet besides the things that I mentioned? And the first thing I want to talk about, and what I'm going to cover today, is cravings. I talk a lot about cravings because I hear so much about it. So that is for sure the first sign. If you can't stick to a healthy eating plan and you feel like these cravings are kind of overtaking you, that's a sign that there's too much sugar in your diet. Perhaps you are triggered by foods in your diet. So it's kind of like, what was that, Lay's potato chips or Jay's? You can't stop at one. If you have foods in your diet that you notice that you just can't eat one, and no matter how much you eat, it just never satisfies you, that food contains too much sugar. There's something in that food that is triggering you, and it's something you need to be aware of. Another thing is just thinking about social settings. Is the food more important to you than the people? Are you more focused on the food? Is the food controlling you when you go to an event? Do you find yourself, and I really relate to this, do you find yourself sort of up at night with a stomach ache every time you go to a restaurant or you go to a party because you've just overindulged and you can't seem to get that under control? Sugar is sort of a low-level addiction, and the problem with sugar is that we have to eat to live. And so it's not like other addictions where you can just give up that item, give up that problem, and never look at it again. We need food in order to live. So the idea is to, instead of living to eat, we need to eat to live. One other thing you might notice because of these cravings is a low self-esteem. And that, really has a lot to do with cravings at social settings or just cravings overall. They're sort of overtaking your life and you just don't understand why you can't get a handle on it. So, as I said, this is really a low-level addiction. And it's important to know if there's too much sugar in your diet for the following reasons. I'll just go through these again really quick before I wrap up. You might have serious health consequences. You might have some mysterious things, some red flags in blood work that are just kind of there, but can't really explain why they're there. You might have things like acne, rashes, hormonal stuff might be out of balance, mood swings, brain fog, things like high triglycerides. So there are a bunch of mysterious type reasons that you should be aware of the amount of sugar in your diet for your longevity, for your health, for your self-confidence. You might even just want to get into those genes and feel a little better, a little more confident. And the number one thing, and we're going to talk about more coming up, but the number one thing is cravings. That's a surefire indication that there is too much sugar in your diet. And I encounter so many people who struggle with just staying focused on a healthy eating plan because they are battling these cravings. So these are all things to think about. I want to invite all of you to join me for a free 5-day Shake the Sugar Challenge. We are going to go through these 5 days and we are going to learn how to gain control of the sugar in your diet to improve your health, make you feel and look your best, and increase that confidence that you can do this. So I'm going to put the link so that you can register. It'll come right to your inbox. And we will also have sort of that group support that we all know and love. So do join me for the Shake the Sugar Challenge. Just click on the link in the post. If you're watching this live, just come right back to it in just a few minutes and you'll see the link. So again, there's more on stacyportugal.com. And I want to invite you all just to click on that link in the post and join me for the Shake the Sugar Challenge. And let's all smarten up. Let's feel our best. Let's look our best. And it begins right now. I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.